it's Robin, RS Island Crafts, and welcome to my studio. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I'll show you the crafty goodness that I worked on last week. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me during the live stream where we worked on crumb blocks, and I showed you a quick and easy way to turn them into a half square triangle so you can calm down some of that madness. And we played a little bit. I only have 2 blocks finished, but you can turn them into flying geese. Or scrappy flying geese, and that calms down some of that crazy crumbness. As you can see, Miss Whiskers has decided to join us today, which means it's 10:30 in the morning and she's waiting for lunch, and she wants to make sure that I don't forget her so that I can see her wherever she's at. During the week, I took some of my scraps and I turned them into the hourglass blocks, and I'd planned on doing the same thing with these purples, but apparently they wanted to be half square triangles because I wasn't paying attention. And I took this weird scrappy shaped triangle and I just put it on a piece of white fabric. I cut around it and I ended up sewing it, so I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. But I do plan on taking some of my half square triangles and turning them once again into flying geese for my scrappy flying geese quilt that I will be making eventually out of my scraps. I did start and finish a project this week. I am in love with this little mini quilt. I worked on this with my patrons. It was actually from a mug rug pattern that I found online, but I just decided to go ahead and double it up and flip them so that I have the heart and the X and the X and the heart. We have another cat that wants to come in and say hi. I don't know why they think they can be on this table when they're not supposed to be on my table. So this one's S'moresies. They're going to fight. Come on. Everybody down. You too. Cats are gone. Table's clean. We can continue. So I worked on this with my patrons. They are 1.5 inch squares for the hearts and 2 inch squares for the X's. Stitch and flip, half square triangles, all of that fun stuff. I chose to just go with my pinks, purples, and a little bit of reds. I had to, oh no, my whole point was to have my hearts so that they were all right side up, and I did not pay attention to that one. Paid attention to that one. Okay, it happens, right? It just happens. It's just a quirk that's in there. Whether your blocks are right side up or not, it really doesn't matter too much. It's kind of like a personal thing with just a little heart like that. It's no big deal. But I did get the flamingo's leg in the right position. That's something. This is a Barbie kiss from the Barbie face fabric, and the same thing up there. And this is also Barbie fabric from the stripes. So I brought in a little bit of everybody. I had a fat quarter that was this pink fabric with the, I think they were going for like confetti because they're squares and not circles for polka dots. So I thought that would be perfect to go off against that light gray background, and I think it just looks great. Now wait, it's even better. I found a lot of perfects today except for those hearts. But I found I found the perfect fabric to go on the back of a Valentine's hugs and kisses type quilt, and that is a heart fat quarter. I can't remember if this came from my stash or one of you guys shared a fat quarter with me. If you did, thank you so much. It is perfect for this project. The hearts have hearts in them and stripes and polka dots and all of that fun stuff, and I thought it just worked perfectly on the back of this project. Now I turned mine into a wall hanging, but something like this you can easily add a bit of a wider border or do something fun around the outside, maybe some type of Valentine's fabric for the border, and you can bump this up to a pillow size. Right now it's 15 inches, but as we get going through the year and we start doing our pillow projects, we'll talk more on that. But little projects like this can easily be taken and just made as a coaster. You could make a mug rug with the X and the heart, or you could have the X with a piece of just plain gray fabric here, or some embroidery or anything like that, or just a heart with some plain fabric, or another type of Valentine's fabric. You can really mix them up. These 2 blocks can be changed into many, many different projects. You can also just repeat constantly until you have enough for a quilt. Today's Monday. My plan is to get this mini quilt into the shop, so hopefully you'll have already seen it on the community tab. So if you're interested in purchasing it and having it in your home for the month of February, check my Etsy shop. Links down below in the description box, and if it's still there, go ahead and grab it. I'd love for it to be hanging in someone's house, or to sit on a table with a little glass bowl in it with some candies in it or something like that. Maybe the conversation hearts. I don't have any conversation hearts. I don't have anything in my glass jar, but I think that would be fun with some red and white M&Ms or some different candies or something in it. Or you can just put scraps of fabric that fit the theme, and then when you're done, you can put it in a little Ziploc baggie or toss it, store it with the quilt, whichever. And then when you do your next quilt, maybe you're going to do one for March and you're going to do St. Patrick's Day, or you're going to do something just for springtime, and you can put more fabric scraps in it, and then you have like a little conversation piece. That could be a fun way to use up some of those little scraps. Well, it's a quick one this week. I have a lot of work to do. I'm still doing end of year inventory because I got a little sidetracked on other things. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me each week. Come back on Friday. I'm planning on having a tutorial for you guys. I know you haven't seen one in a little bit, so hopefully this will be a fun, quick, scrappy project for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.